Welcome, everybody. It is Saturday night, November 23rd, and we are here to go over the North Carolina State Qualifier State Championship for the NCBASS Nation. We had a small event this year on High Rock Lake in Lexington, North Carolina. We only had 18 anglers choose to sign up for this event, even though it was an open event this year. We went with an open event in hopes to try to send more anglers to the championship. And unfortunately, we got the opposite result. We had 18 guys, which means we're only able to send one angler to Lake Fork in Texas for March, but I'm sure that angler is going to be very happy. We are paying out two anglers today, so I do have two guys backstage. So I'm probably just going to bring them both in, have them talk about their day without revealing maybe how many inches they caught, or if they feel like they won or got second, because I don't think they spoke to each other on the way home. So we will see how they did. We do have some hardware here for these guys. We do have a pretty awesome payout structure today. First place will go home with $1,300 and a seat in the championship at Lake Fork. And then second place will go home with $500 and the roll down opportunity if first place doesn't take it. So let's bring in Mr. Ryan Thompson today and Mr. Adam Fillmore. What's up, boys?
What's going on?
Hey, Evan.
How you guys doing?
Tired.
Yeah, what's funny is obviously you two cut a check today. I don't think you know who won just yet, but you are two guys who were a hard no for coming to the weigh-in. So this kind of worked out that we went virtual. Ryan, I know you got a long drive home, and Adam just doesn't come to weigh-ins. So, but, we ended up, guys, we were supposed to be at Rock Outdoors tonight with such a small showing. We had a group chat going. There were like one or two guys who wanted to do a weigh-in, but there was a majority that said just do it here on StreamYard. We've been able to do a bunch of stuff through StreamYard this year, so we've nailed it down pretty good, and Blaine's in the comments. So I'm going to shout out Blaine for judging today. Good work, buddy. We appreciate you. And let's start with Adam. Adam, tell us how your day went. Don't say inches. Don't say what you had or anything like that, but just tell us about your day.
Yeah, I was actually a hard no for fishing the tournament until about 4 days ago. So it was I've had a long history on this lake of really not doing good. And I didn't plan on going. And then I was like, you know what? I don't know if I'm ever going to get a chance to get, to the big show this close to home, and I fished it every year for the last, I think, three years. So
yeah,
I figured I'd make a trip up there and see what we could do. I had to break out some ice fishing stuff, chip through some ice this morning, but it was interesting. Super slow morning. I don't think I got my first bite till almost 9:45, and then I just kind of stumbled across what I had. Generally struggle with service there, but found a spot late in the day where I was able to upload, so I didn't have to rush off the lake, which was nice.
Nice.
So, but yeah, it's one of the better days I've had on that lake. And like I said, I usually fish at least one big tournament a year there, boat tournament usually. So it was nice to have a little bit of success out there finally.
Yeah, so we've gone High Rock, Norman, High Rock with originally planned to go back to Norman next year. We'll see. With 18 guys, obviously it looks like something needs to change. I would like to have this event in the spring, but if we do it in the spring, it's probably going to have to be on a Sunday. So yeah. I think even that is a better shot at trying it right now. But I think by this time of the year, guys are just done. And today was freezing. I mean, I was out at 6:00 this morning and it was freezing. So
yeah,
definitely cold. But Ryan, what I know you're back home, you're staying in the car for this, and then you're going to sleep. But tell us about your day, man.
So it almost started out bad. I overslept a little while. I didn't get to the ramp until after daylight. But other than that, on the way there, I kept looking at my rear view, and my seat on the trailer just looked crooked. So I actually stopped at one point to make sure like one of my trailer tires wasn't flat. And it wasn't, and I found out what it was when I got to the ramp. The bolt that goes through the seat that like holds the backrest, the bolt, I guess, vibrated loose, so the seat had like fell apart.
Oh.
So it took me a few minutes to find the bolt, get it put back together. I really don't have any experience on High Rock. I've been there once, and that was with Queen City maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I caught one fish. So I just picked a different spot on the map that had a bunch of different things, rock, points, a little bit of wood, docks, just so where I could just check things off as I went and try to find something that worked. I started off on points, no good. I went to rock, no good. And I pretty much bounced around until I caught one on a jig on a laydown in about 8 or 9 foot of water. So I locked that in my hand, and I'm 10 or 15 yards later, I actually dropped the live scope for the first time. It was a little stick up, a little bit off the bank. I wanted to see if it was anything to it. And when I shined it, there was one down there. It looked like a catfish, but I wasn't catching much. I was freezing. I just wanted something to fight. So I flipped the jig over to it. When it hit the water, she actually went nose up on it and followed it to the bottom and sat there, and she ate it. And
Nice.
it wasn't a catfish. It was a bass.
Nice. That's awesome.
But pretty much all my fish came out, nothing but laydowns in about a 20, 30-yard stretch. I would hit it for about an hour and then go somewhere to find something different. Never found anything. I would always keep coming back. And I think I had less than an hour left. I still needed 2 more. And I ended up getting those off that same spot as well.
Well, in this last hour, you put yourself here on the podcast or StreamYard or whatever we want to call this, and going to get yourself some money here in a second. But it, obviously wasn't a very, very fast and furious type of day. 18 anglers, 67 fish caught. The top 5 anglers had limits, and all 5 of them just submitted their 5 fish. So I don't know if they waited to do it, but nobody culled all day, it looks like. We didn't have any skunks, but we did have an angler with 1. So, with no further ado, we were here today for the opportunity to fish on Lake Fork, March 19th and 20th, 2025, with the award ceremony on March 21st. We're going to find out if the winner is going to take advantage of that long drive to Texas, and we'll just kind of get to it. So today, in second place, going home with a nice piece of hardware from Tim and a $500 check with a total of 83.5 inches, Mr. Ryan Thompson. So I'll get rid of Adam's mug so he can go smile in the background. And Ryan, congrats, brother. That last hour was a big hour for you, $500 and the opportunity for the first roll down if Adam passes. I know it sucks, and I'm sure you would have went to Texas if you had the opportunity, but congrats either way. And if there's anybody you'd like to thank, this is your moment.
Pretty much my wife, because I almost talked myself out of it when I saw how cold it was going to be.
Yeah.
And I think I was the first angler to sign up for this. It was a long time ago. She's like, "You've been waiting on this forever. You got to go." So, but I'm glad I went. It all worked out. I had fun.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you supporting the event, and obviously, nice little payday for a $125 entry. So, we will let you know if Adam for some reason cannot make it. We'll talk to him here in a minute. But congrats, brother.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Go get a shower and a nap.
Yeah, I'm headed that way.
Later, buddy.
All right.
And your 2024 North Carolina state champion. This guy has straight dominated this season. Adam Fillmore. Congrats, brother.
Dude, I really don't
know. I really don't know if you knew, and if you knew, you were messing.
I had no clue. No, when he just said he locked the jig in his hand, I was pretty sure that I was getting my teeth kicked in. So, no clue. I mean, I talked to you pretty much after every one of these tournaments, and I've never had one where I knew that I was going to win. Like I said, there's too many good fishermen in these tournaments, and that lake's got too many big fish. It's, a 100 bag is a thing there. I mean, it's got giants in it. So no, when I saw the score go off, and me and Justin were kind of in the same boat. If he would have replaced his small 12, I would have, with a good one, I'd have been in trouble. And then when I saw he wasn't in there, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is going to be he didn't have anything in, I don't think, when the scoreboard went off. Ryan didn't. So, but very similar story, man. I fished a lot of stuff this morning and didn't get bit. Got on, I caught 1 12-incher, and literally, like, next to right now, that was my happiest. I was very happy that I had a fish. Like, that's how bad I dislike that lake. I was like, there was in the back of my head today, there's a chance I'm not going to catch a keeper. So the first one was, a huge weight off my shoulders. And then I just which sounds corny, but it was. And same thing, I dropped scope and I saw a little just a little I don't even know what it was, something on the bottom that was just a little different, and made a cast over there, caught it at 18 and a half, and I was like, all right, so there's 2 fish in this lake, sick. Made a few more casts and switched baits, caught a 20, and I'm like, all right, now okay, now I wish we had a 4 fish limit, because I'm 1 fish away from a limit. And make a few more casts with that bait, switch baits again, throw up in there and catch the other 20. And I'm like, what is this? Is cruel. This is
What
cruel.
was it?
This is
Was it
all
was
those
it a
fish
rock
came.
pile, brush
4 of my
pile?
fish came in like a 40-minute period.
Wow.
And I will say this, and I've talked to a lot of guys that fish that lake my whole life, and my boss Steve, he fishes up there a good bit, and one thing he always tells me about that lake is slow down. And like I said, I've usually in a boat tournament up there, so I mean, if I'm not getting bid, I go. And if I would have had a boat today, there's a good chance I end up with a 12-incher, or nothing. I mean, that chain of lakes is a different beast than anything around here. I mean, the fish are just different. When you find one, you usually find a few, and you can have 12 inchers roaming with 20s apparently. So it was slowing down, fishing stuff that I normally wouldn't do. And I think I probably said this before. That's the biggest thing I've learned in the kayak the last few years, is like just picking stuff apart. I try, like Ryan said, to go back to that spot later in the day. I had a bite, something. I was throwing a shaky head, just a true south quarter-ounce shaky head, and something ripped my worm in half with like 3 minutes. And I again, could have been 8 inches, could have been 10 pounds. You never know in that lake. But I've never had good luck going back and fishing over stuff like that. One of these days, I hope I do. But I did try it today. After the little run I had there, I had to. I was like, this is where I'm gonna end my day. So, it was yeah, wild. It's wild. I'm happy. I like that lake now.
I I didn't even say it. So you did have a 5 fish limit for 88 inches. That included a 12 incher. So if you'd have made a little bit of a cull, you'd have been over 90.
Dude,
I know you were stressing about that 12.
Dude, the 12 was just, if you would have told me today that I was going to be worried about calling a 12-incher, that I wouldn't have believed. I would have been like, I'm just happy I got a limit. But then it was like, we're like, whoa, dude, like I have a chance to really have, a Mondo bag right now. And it's, like I said, I'm glad I did enough. I know a lot of those guys that came out, including Ryan, are just sticks. I mean, Justin, you looked at a lot of stuff they've done over the years. I've, seen them on Facebook at bass events and such. And, to be able to come out on top feels good for sure.
Yeah. So you had 2 kickers. I mean, that's what sealed the deal for you. You had a 20 and 3/4, 20 and 1/4, 18 and 1/4, 16 and 3/4, and then at 12. You've mentioned Justin twice now. He did finish 3rd place today. He had 19 and a half big fish, but he also had a 12 and 3/4. He had 80 and 1/4. Trent Gatewood, Queen City Hammer, pretty much hammer everywhere he goes. He had 76 and a half. And then Chris had 76 and 5th. So 76, top 5. Yeah, your boss is over here. Sick about that 12-incher you were saying. But yeah, man. So, I got to ask, do you think you'll make the trip to Fork in March?
Absolutely. I would have never even tried to go to that lake today if it wasn't for that. I would give all the money back and just to have that trip. Absolutely. That's what a way to start the season out, to be able to go out there on a lake that's got, I jokingly told you earlier that I have lakes with big fish and we don't get along, but I'll make an exception for that one.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, the way the season ended, man, those literally the worst 3 lakes, Santee, Murray, and High Rock. If I never have to go to them, I will say this: I learned a lot on Santee. I mean, I feel I learned a lot today, and to me, that's better than winning. I mean, if you leave somewhere and you're like, something clicks, it feels good. I mean, I could go back there and never catch another keeper, but I feel like that was the best part of all this, is like something clicking. Murray can still, it can go away, but nothing clicked there for me. Nothing. The Mexican restaurant, in Buffalo Creek is delicious, if you guys are wondering. But no, that's yeah, feels good, man. I appreciate you for putting it on, and everybody coming out. Like you said, hopefully next year we can get more boats. It's a great opportunity. And yeah, excited.
I'm gonna see what I can do about a spring event. The negative, honestly, is everybody wants to fish in the spring, so there's no Saturdays.
There's not. Yeah, I looked at this tournament, and it's I mean, I don't know what obviously the Bassmaster. I plan on fishing the Bassmaster Trail next year, and obviously they're not going to be a conflict with that tournament. But yeah, it's very tight. March and April is super tight. For places to go. So
I mean, even if we sneak it in May, it's not the end of the world. Guys are still jacked up to be fishing, so we'll see. I'm going to look at some Sundays and see what we can get in. I can almost guarantee if we do it in the spring, it won't be a Saturday.
Fair enough.
So look, I got a pile of hardware for you. Obviously, I'm on the fields tomorrow, but if you want to swing by tomorrow night, get your hardware. I'll get you paid $1,300 for today to go to your already tremendous 2024. So happy for you, and you join a list of Austin Vang and Bennett Knoll as North Carolina champions since I've been hosting this event. So congrats.
Awesome. I appreciate you, Benny.
Yeah, Adam, we'll talk soon.
Yeah.
Later, buddy. All right, and that's a wrap. Adam takes it down. He's going to Lake Fork. I will shoot Steve Owens a message right now and let him know. Ryan takes second place, $500, and I got, we got spring in the comments. I will do what I can do. I got to look at my schedule. I got to look at all the other Carolina series around here schedules, and I'll see what we can pull off. If we can try to get 100 boats and send 10 guys to the 2026 Bass Championship. But thank you to the 18 anglers who competed today. Best of luck. We will get the leaderboard on so you can see where you landed. And if you guys need anything, let me know. Talk to you soon. Bye.